What's up, guys? JP back at you once again, bringing you guys another DVD slash Blu-ray slash VHS slash 4K update. I've wanted to get this done for a while. I had to get it done before the end of the year. I have some great Blu-rays, some great DVDs, some 4Ks that I'm really excited about. I have one VHS. This is going to be a pretty swell update. So with that said, let's just jump right into it. So first up, I have my lone VHS. I have Goosebumps, the episode Stay Out of the Basement. I remember seeing this as a kid. I own a couple of these Goosebump VHSs. I don't think there's a ton of them that were actually put on VHS. I think just like the first 5 or so episodes, but I could be wrong. There's still no official DVD set in the US that has everything, which bums me out because I love the Goosebumps TV series. And I loved the books growing up, so I would love for one day to have a full complete collection of, I think there was 4 seasons. That would be really cool, but for now I just pick up episodes here and there that I see if they're cheap enough. So Stay Out of the Basement on VHS, pretty cool. It's very nostalgic for me. I used to borrow this particular episode from my friend growing up, and I would watch it all the time. So let's get into some DVDs here. So first up, got some non-horror stuff. We have Scooby-Doo Adventures, the Mystery Map. I love Scooby-Doo. I just saw this and thought it was very weird because it's a puppet movie. It says original puppet movie. It is only 45 minutes, but I grew up with Scooby-Doo, man. I think most of us horror fans did, so I just was curious on this one. It was only $1, so I decided to go for it. Then we have Scooby-Doo and Kiss. I've been seeing these everywhere. The original movies that, there's like some wrestling crossover ones too, but I'm not sure the quality of modern Scooby-Doo. I know the old stuff, Scooby-Doo Where Are You, Pup Named Scooby-Doo even, Scooby and Scrappy-Doo, Scooby-Doo movies. I'm pretty familiar with that stuff. Anything after the 90s, Zombie Island, I have no idea what it's like, but I've been seeing these for very cheap, and I decided, I skipped on a lot of them, but I decided, I might grab a couple of these. If anything, my niece, when she gets a little bit older and can pay attention to TV, she might enjoy some Scooby-Doo like I did when I was a kid. So I've been thinking about her a lot lately too, with cinema and TV and stuff like that. So Scooby-Doo and Kiss, Rock and Roll Mystery, an original movie. After that, we have, I got this at Dollar General. They had a bunch of these, but surprisingly, a couple of the discs were loose. So I passed on the loose disc ones, but they had some full moon titles. We got Skullheads here. I think Charles Band actually directed this one. Yeah, I don't think I've seen this one. This was like, I want to say like late 2000s full moon, maybe a little bit early 2010s, but yeah, that's Skullheads. I love some full moon, especially for $1 at Dollar General. Then we have Decadent Evil, which the sequel just came out, I want to say. Or no, was that? I'm thinking of Necropolis, yeah. I don't know what this is about. I don't think I've ever seen Decadent Evil, but I love some full moon here and there, so if I see it for $1, I'm going to pick it up. I actually built a lot of my full moon collection from Dollar General. Years ago, they got like a ton of them, and I was just picking up every one I saw. I haven't seen them there for a real long time, so it was exciting to see some more full moon. Then we have Howl, which I also got from Dollar General. It looks like a werewolf film. Not too familiar with it, but I'm a sucker for buying movies at places that you wouldn't expect. After that, we have Paradise Lost, The Child Murders at Robin Hood Hills. I forget where I found this, but I was very excited when I finally seen it. Oh, I think it was actually at Goodwill. So this is a great documentary. I've seen it before, directed by Joe Berlinger, who just did the extremely wicked, shockingly vile Ted Bundy thing, both the documentary and the thing with Zac Efron that came out earlier this year. This is a fantastic documentary. He also did Book of Shadows. I own the second part. I have seen the first part, and I need to pick up the third part, which I've still not watched the second part or the third part, but this first part was amazing, so I'm very happy to finally own that on DVD. After that, we have Manson Family Movies from Cult Epics. Didn't get around to this one yet, but it looks pretty cool. 2-disc limited edition here from Cult Epics. After that, we have Attack the Block. I wanted to hold off and get this on Blu-ray, but the price was right. It was like $3 or $4, so I decided to jump on it. I love Attack the Block. It was a really fun, movie from, I want to say it's like, the kids are like, those like British, hoods basically, and I dug it. It was real dope when I seen it, so very excited to revisit that one. After that, we have Beavis and Butthead. This is a Butt-O-Ween and Beavis and Butthead Do Christmas, which it also has 10 rude and ridiculous episodes. I own the Mike Judge collections, and I wasn't quite sure if these episodes, all 10 of these, were also on the Mike Judge things. These were the old Time Life releases. I remember seeing the advertisement to them when I was a kid, like, all the time. And I just decided to take a chance on it just because in case there was some other episodes. And I kind of like just having like the 2 holiday episodes, which are ones that I replay a lot around the holiday. Easy accessible in a disc that I could just grab instead of like searching through the Mike Judge collections. But yeah, these are very fun episodes. I like the Beavis and Butthead Do Christmas. It's like the Christmas Carol and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. Love some Beavis and Butthead. After that, we have The Boat. I haven't watched this one yet. It came out this year. Kind of excited to check it out. Looks like some survival horror stuff, so seems like one that is up my alley. Then we have some Goosebumps episodes, 3-pack thriller episodes. It actually has these 3 listed here: Monster Blood, Night of the Living Dummy, and Say Cheese and Die, but there's actually more episodes, so it was a little bit more worth it. It was $7.50 for this, a little bit high in price, but I really like some of these episodes. Monster Blood, More Monster Blood, How to Kill a Monster, The Girl Who Cried Monster, Night of the Living Dummy 2, Bride of the Living Dummy, Night of the Living Dummy, Say Cheese and Die, Say Cheese and Die Again. So that's what we have on here. Pretty cool. Then we have another Goosebumps 3-pack thriller. We have Attack of the Jack-O-Lanterns, Vampire Breath, Let's Get Invisible, The Headless Ghost, Awesome Ants, which I don't even remember that book, Teacher's Pet, The Scarecrow Walks at Midnight, Don't Go to Sleep, and Calling All Creeps. A couple of these I've read as a kid, but yeah, cool to see those on disc. I mentioned that I would love to see a complete series. Then I got some bootlegs here. Well, at least one. Fright Night Part 2. This is heavily out of print on DVD, so bootleg is kind of the best option to get it for a decent price. But I got this at a convention. I actually watched it, and it was pretty good follow-up to Fright Night. I'm not a huge fan of Fright Night, but it was a good follow-up. Then we have Dario Argento's Sleepless. This is supposed to come to Blu-ray from Scorpion at some point. I think this is probably Argento's last great film. I really like Sleepless. It's really cool little giallo, very throwback. But yeah, this is the Artisan DVD. According to what I know, this is cut by a couple of seconds, and it's all gore stuff, so that kind of sucks, but hopefully that Blu-ray from Scorpion will come out sooner or later. Let's see, what else do we got here? Another Argento that I hadn't picked up, Phantom of the Opera, starring Julian Sands and Asia Argento. I actually like this movie. A lot of people think it's Argento's worst. I like it. It's not great, but there's certain things that I just like about it, and it's just weird. I like the rat steampunk thing that's going on is kind of cool. Weird take on the Phantom. But yeah, this is the unrated director's cut by Artistry. Don't know, that studio is probably long defunct, but there is a Blu-ray coming out by Scorpion, I believe, too, for this film, so have to get that eventually. Let's see, let's go, let's get some more. Okay, let's got some TV shows here. So we have South Park. These are kind of all out of order. I didn't feel like putting them in any kind of type of order, but we have the first season of South Park. This was $5 at Walmart. Surprisingly, I don't own very many seasons of South Park, so I decided, hey, $5, I can't really pass it up. And it actually is the old style, original release here, because they re-released them in like the smaller cases. I revisited this whole season. It was a lot of fun. Definitely not as good as some of the later seasons, but it's very nostalgic because I grew up watching that, as it aired. Then we have South Park Season 2. I ran through a couple of the episodes on Season 2, maybe like the first 2 discs. Very good as well, very fun. Then we have a Garfield Christmas and Thanksgiving. Picked this up. I watched these as a kid. They didn't hold up quite as well. It's got a little boring, honestly. I was a little surprised. I thought they would be a little bit more entertaining. But I'm a sucker for Christmas and holiday-themed stuff. So you guys know me. I mostly collect horror, pretty much exclusively. But I also collect TV shows that I grew up watching and that I just like. And also Christmas movies. So I will get Christmas stuff and Christmas specials. So pretty cool way to own these. But yeah, I don't think I'll probably revisit these for a long time because I wasn't that into them. Then we have a favorite of mine. We have a Flintstones Christmas Carol. This was also like $5. It's just a fun movie, you know. It's a Christmas Carol, but the Flintstones. Did I say Simpsons? I feel like I might have said Simpsons, but it's the Flintstones Christmas Carol. Good stuff. Good stuff. I revisited that. That was a lot of fun. Then we have Tell Me a Story Season 1. Not quite sure what this is about. I haven't dug into it yet. But yeah, I like TV. After that, we have Charmed. This is, I guess, the new series. I think this. I didn't even know there was a new Charmed series, but 2018, 2019, CBS. You know, who knows? I've never even seen the original Charmed. Then we have South Park Season 4. Oh, sorry. Spoiler alert. We have South Park Season 3. Like I said, I didn't put these in order. This one is the classic Chim Pokemon. I know that from the cover here. I haven't dug into this one, but there's some good looking on the back, there's some good episodes. The Succubus is really funny. The cat orgy, two named guys in a hot tub, Korn's Groovy Pirate Adventure. There's some good episodes on here. There's a lot of fun. Then we have Season 4, which it doesn't have an episode list on here, but Season 4, this looks like the Finger Bang one, which is pretty funny. So yeah, picked up 4 seasons of South Park for $20. It seems like a pretty good deal. Then we got some more movies here. We have the Amityville Murders to add to the Amityville collection, the never-ending Amityville collection. This one was directed by Daniel Farrens, and it's actually a sequel to the original, or it's not a sequel. It's like a prequel. It's basically Amityville 2 redid, and some of the character. I think there's even Diane Franklin is in this. Special appearance by Burt Young. So it was very, its heart was in the right place, but I did feel like, because I got a screener of this last year, it was just a little sloppy, honestly. It wasn't that great, but I appreciated certain aspects about it. Then we have Room 237. I've never saw this, but I've heard so much about it, just how odd and weird and just ridiculous it is, so I'll check that out eventually. Of course, that's the, like, not documentary on The Shining, but sort of like documentary of like The Shining theories. More TV, we have the new Scooby-Doo movies. Is this all of them? I don't think this is all of them. I think there's a second release of this, but these are fun. These are a lot of fun. These are the ones with the celebrity appearances, Batman and Robin, stuff like that. The Harlem Globetrotters, the Three Stooges, Don Knotts. A lot of fun. I haven't revisited those since years. It's been so long. Then we have SpongeBob SquarePants, the complete first season. Man, looking at the episode list on here, I just remember, 1999 or whatever, being like 8 years old and just loving this stuff. So this was probably like the last great Nicktoon that I was familiar with. I didn't follow it through its entire run because I think it just ended fairly recently. But like the first 3 seasons, I've probably seen. And the first season, I remember a lot of those episodes. Then we have Ed, Edd and Eddy, the complete first season. I wasn't a huge Cartoon Network dude. I liked, Nickelodeon more. But, Ed, Edd and Eddy was a lot of fun. That was a good show. I revisited some of this. I was having fun with it. But, yeah, Ed, Edd and Eddy was not my favorite, though. We got a few more bootlegs here. We got Fire in the Sky. This is a really solid movie. It's one of my favorite. And I've only seen it for the first time when I watched this, but definitely one of my favorite alien abduction type movies. Very cool. Then we have The Keep, which I actually found a little bit underwhelming. It had really cool opening and cool setup, but just kind of was a little bit boring, honestly. This movie is like kind of known as one that, you know, doesn't have an official DVD release, and people have been wanting it for years, but I think it's more just because it's hard to get than it actually being a great movie. I mean, it has cool stuff about it, but I didn't love it. Then we have another bootleg here. We have Elves, which is one of my favorite movies not on DVD. This thing is just so bizarre and weird. I first saw it on YouTube years ago when I was looking for Christmas movies I haven't seen, and this is awesome, dude. This movie is just so out there and bizarre. If you've never seen Elves, definitely check it out. I would love for that to get a Blu-ray. Alright, and last up for the DVDs, we have Robert Reborn, which I think is like the 5th Robert film. I think I own all but one, but I haven't seen any of them. But they just keep making them, and I just keep buying them for some reason, so... Alright, let's get into some blues. First up here, we have a Blu-ray 3D and Blu-ray combo of Terminator Genisys. This is I think, what was this? The 5th Terminator movie, I think? I think it was the 5th one. No, I have seen it, and I did like it, but I picked it up because the new one was coming out, and I wanted to revisit all the old ones. I just never got around to it, honestly. Got really busy. Then we have Demented. This is a Scream Factory release. I think this is going out of print, so I hurried up and copped a copy of it. I've never seen it. After that, another film from Scream Factory that's going out of print, and that's Jeepers Creepers. I don't have a slipcover for it. That kills me. One of the main reasons I stopped buying Scream Factories is just because they weren't coming with the slipcovers because I got so far behind, and I always bought all the collector's editions, and, you know, financially I just couldn't keep up, and then there was other stuff I wanted, so I took a break, and then it just discouraged me because the slipcovers, because these are, the reason I like the Scream Factory slipcovers is because you flip the reverse art, and then you have the new art on the slipcover, and then the original art on the case, and I just like that. It's cool. So bum me out. If anybody doesn't use their slipcovers and wants to send me a Jeepers Creepers one, I would love that. Same thing goes with this next film, Jeepers Creepers 2, also out of print. But yeah, people sell their slipcovers, but I would never buy those unless it was like something ridiculous or something. I don't know. But yeah, I like the 2 Jeepers Creepers films despite the history of the director, Victor Salva. Obviously, fuck that guy, but I mean, I really like those movies. I'm sorry, I do separate art from artists. Then we have Guillermo del Toro presents the Don't Be Afraid of the Dark remake. I've never seen the original, but I do know it just got released by Warner Archive. I want to pick that up eventually. I did like this. I saw this when it came out. I liked it. I didn't think it was amazing, but I did like it. I had that Guillermo feel, even though he didn't direct it. Then we have Cutting Class here from Vinegar Syndrome. This actually, I got Jill Sholin to autograph this. I met her at a screening of this movie, and they screened it, and she was selling Blu-rays, so I picked one up for $20. Came with her autograph, so couldn't beat it. Pretty cool. Jill Sholin, very beautiful, nice, amazing person. Very cool. This movie is really fun. It's a very fun slasher movie from the 80s, I guess. Yeah, 88. You gotta love Vinegar Syndrome too, right? After that, we have Holocaust. This was actually sent to me, I think by mistake, from CBS. I didn't request this, but you know what I mean. It was it came, and I think it's like a mini series or something. I'm not really sure. I think it's about the Holocaust. Meryl Streep. After that, we have Savage Beach. Turi, T-Money sent me this. Big ups to him. Thank you. I won a contest to him a few years ago. It finally paid up. So, Savage Beach. Never seen it. This is from Mill Creek. Then we have the Jungle Book. This was I paid $2 for this. It was used. I am starting a Disney collection for my niece, and you know, the Jungle Book remake for $2 added to the collection. So when she turns, you know, a certain age, I'm gonna have a lot of Disney movies for her to watch, which I grew up on too. So I think that's pretty cool. After that, we have The Haunting in Connecticut, which I've never seen. Actually, you know what? I have seen this. I haven't seen the sequel, Ghosts of Georgia. I don't remember this one very much, but I seen it when it came out. I know I did. that was $2 as well. Then we have The Eye, also $2. This is the remake with Jessica Alba. Oh, and do I have a loose disc in here? I do have a loose disc. Yikes. Alright, but yeah, I've seen the original. Are they Japanese? I think they're Japanese. I've seen the original Japanese one. Pretty good. I'm sure this one's not as good, but, you know, picked it up. That's back when they were remaking all the Japanese ghost story movies. Dollar General, The Hangman, just grabbed it, you know. $2. $2 more. We have Otis, Uncut. This is Warner Brothers. Never seen it, but, you know, cover kind of looked cool. Then we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. This was $1 at the Dollar Tree. I recently found out that the Dollar Tree sells Blu-rays and DVDs. And this was one of the few things that they had that I was interested in. I do love the first two Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I actually do like the third one, Turtles in Time. $1 for the Blu-ray, I just was like, you know what? I would love to revisit these one day if I get the other two. I normally don't collect non-horror, but it was $1. I couldn't pass it up. Then we have Warning Sign from '85. Scream Factory, I haven't seen this yet. I don't know if it's any good. After that, we have Haxan from Criterion. I've been wanting to check this out. This is a movie from, oh man, it's forever ago. What is it? 1922. The cover looks dope. I love witchcrafty stuff, so that looks cool. Gonna have to check that out. Alright, after that we have the Banana Splits movie. I just watched this recently, yesterday. Very, very awesome movie. The acting is really bad in this, but I remember watching the Banana Splits as a kid and just thinking that they were weird back then. And to see them in a horror movie was just crazy. I cannot believe this happened. It's very weird. But it was fun, man. I'm not going to lie. It's not a great movie, but it was definitely fun. Then we have The Quick and the Dead. Again, this was a Dollar Tree pickup. $1. I love The Quick and the Dead. It's one of my favorite westerns. Sam Raimi directed, so it kind of has that horror connection. Man, dude, I had to get it. I do like westerns. My pap likes westerns too, so The Quick and the Dead is one we always used to watch. So again, I'm kind of buying a lot of non-horror these days, but I just couldn't pass it up. Also got this at the Dollar Tree, The Tall Man with Jessica Biel and Resident with Hilary Swank. Never heard of Resident. Oh, Christopher Lee's in Resident too, but The Tall Man I know because it was directed by. Actually, you know what? I'm thinking. Oh wait, yeah, no. Pascal Laugier, which is the director of Martyrs, I want to say. He's a French director. I think he did Martyrs and Incident in a Ghostland from last year, which was really good. So I wanted to check it out. It's like kind of his studio film, I guess. That was Image. So yeah, I have to check that out. I heard that it's not really that good, but you know. Crawl did a review of this. I got this from Paramount. Really fun movie. I saw this in the theater too. Very throwbacky to the killer animal films of the 70s and 80s. Stuff like Alligator, and I just had fun with it, man. It just really is a fun movie. I had a good time in the theater. Yeah, of course it has flaws, but just kind of cool to see that come out. Then we have The New Kids. I started watching this one night, fell asleep, I haven't returned to it. I remember seeing it as a kid and wanted to revisit it, but yeah, this was, I want to say Mill Creek? Yeah, Mill Creek. They do these like, sort of retro VHS collections. I think this was the first time on Blu-ray, so that was pretty cool. Gonna have to get back to that one. Then we have American Horror Story Asylum. I've always wanted to get into this series. I hear that it's really good. I hear mixed things about the endings usually, but I hear Asylum's a really good season. Or is it Coven? I don't know. I have the first season. This is the second season. I wanted to grab it. I still want to pick up the other ones too, but for now that's good. Then we have Oh wait, actually, yeah, I did buy this. Child's Play. To Justin, Chucky Did It from Alex Vincent. I got to meet Alex Vincent. What a cool dude, man. He was just very down to earth, very chill. And I got him to sign my Scream Factory Child's Play here, which is pretty cool. I gotta say, it's pretty cool. Nice to meet somebody that, you know, I loved watching as a kid, you know. Related to, because he was a kid in the movie. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, Chevy Chase. Again, I do collect Christmas movies. This is a classic. I love it. I haven't watched it in a while. Been really excited to revisit this one. It's a classic, man. Christmas Vacation is so fun. Then we have the new Child's Play with Mark Hamill. I actually really liked this. It was very different, but I thought it was a good attempt at a remake. It was what you would want out of a remake, you know, to kind of try to do something different. And you still have the original Child's Play series going. I would put this like right in the middle of the series. I think 1, 2, and 3 are ahead of it, but this is ahead of 4, Seed of Chucky, maybe even Curse of Chucky. Curse of Chucky might be on the top end, and of course Cult of Chucky. So I'd put it right in the middle area. Pretty good. If you haven't seen it, I would give it a try. Then we have Ma, which came courtesy of, I believe, Universal, Blumhouse, somebody. This was fun, man. I really enjoyed this movie. I expected it to be more, like, basic, but it actually had some depth to it. Pretty cool movie, man. I saw that in the theater, too. It was really good. Alright, after that, we have A Charlie Brown Christmas. I got this on Black Friday at Walmart. I want to say it was like under $5, but I can't remember. Been a while since I've watched this, but maybe I'll get to it this year before, you know, the Christmas ends. But yeah, Charlie Brown Christmas, and I got this from the same place, you know, Black Friday, but I didn't get a chance to watch this because it was after Thanksgiving, and that is A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, which I've actually never seen, but on Blu-ray, pretty cool. I do like some Charlie Brown. He's a fun little dude. Then we have Annabelle Comes Home on Blu-ray here. I have the other Annabelle films. I did like this one. I saw it in the theater. I thought it was pretty fun. Not as good as the Annabelle Creation, but it was still pretty solid. Better than Curse of La Llorona. But yeah, that's Annabelle. The Conjuring universe lives on. Speaking of La Llorona, Curse of La Llorona, I'm a completist, so of course I got to get all the Conjuring films. I think I have them all now. No, I still need the Nun. I don't have the Nun, and that's probably one of my favorites. But the Curse of La Llorona, it was okay. It honestly wasn't that good. Then we have, I think my Lone Severin for the update. The Skinner. This was a lot of fun. This is a cool little 90s slasher weirdo stuff. I did a review of this. Ted Raimi, Ricky Lake's in this. This was just a pretty cool, unique, weird movie. Cool release by Seven there. Then we have Spiders triple feature. I got this because we needed to review Spiders on the show. 22 shots. Honestly, I thought it was pretty crappy. I thought I'd seen it when I was growing up. I can't remember if I did, but yeah, it wasn't very good. It actually kind of made me not want to watch Spiders too, even though maybe it'll be better. I don't know, but yeah, Spiders. Then we have Jurassic Park. Here we have the Blu-ray 3D, Blu-ray DVD, digital copy, which I'm sure is expired. I don't have a 3D TV, but it comes with the Blu-ray, so whatever. I wish I did have a 3D TV, though, but those things are kind of extinct now. I need a resurgence of 3D to get a 3D TV. Jurassic Park, it's good stuff, you know, it's classic 90s. Not really horror, but it's, you know, adjacent. Cold Epics, My Nights with Susan, Sandra, Olga, and Julia. I recently reviewed this. It was actually pretty good, honestly. Very weird. Not necessarily horror, but definitely has some horror elements to it. Very weird movie. But yeah, I dug it. After that, we have... This was randomly sent to me from MVD. I don't know. I did not request this. It was Noir 9 Film Collection. I like noir films, and I would watch it if I had the damn time. So maybe at some point I'll check it out, but until then it just goes into my collection. After that, we have an Intervision release, Queen of Blood. This was from Chris Alexander, who I believe used to work with Fangoria. Don't know much about it. After that, we have a Scream Factory, Bat People. I think this was in the public domain. I don't know much about it, but it's classic horror, so that's fun. After that, we have Pulp Fiction. I kind of went on a little Tarantino kick before. What was it called? I don't even remember now. The Hollywood one. I'm blanking. I seriously don't remember. I saw it in the theaters, though. You know, Quentin Tarantino's newest film, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Is that what it was called? But yeah, Pulp Fiction, classic. Not my favorite Tarantino film, but, you know, pretty cool. Then we have Kill Bill Volume 1 and Volume 2. I wanted to rewatch all his films, but I just didn't have the time. I only revisited 1 or 2. Kill Bill and Kill Bill Volume 2 here on Blu-ray in a double pack. I like both of these. When I first seen them, I didn't like them, but I didn't really understand what they were supposed to be either. So now that I know, I definitely like them more. We got Inglourious Bastards here, which I liked the first time I seen it, but I haven't revisited it because it was really long. But yeah, it was a good movie. Definitely my favorite part was with the bastards, you know. Then we have Django Unchained, which I've never seen. Really need to get to this film. I think 3 films ago at this point for Tarantino. I've never seen it. And then another one that I never seen, which is The Hateful Eight. So yeah, I haven't seen Tarantino's this film and the other one and Jackie Brown, but I've seen all his other films. So yeah, The Hateful Eight. Need to get to those. Again, those are non-horror, but I just love Tarantino movies, so I had to do it. The Mutilator. I got this from one of Arrow's sales a while back. It was fun. Really cool little flick there. The paper is like sliding out here. Gotta love Arrow, you know. Arrow's good stuff. Then we have The Stand, which is Stephen King adaptation. CBS Home Video put this out. It was very expensive when it came out, but they did send me a screener copy that I reviewed. I revisited all 4 hours of it. I definitely think that it could benefit from the redo they're doing at CBS. The first like 2 parts are really good, and then it kind of just, you know, kind of fizzes out a little bit. Alright, let's see here. Then we have a couple. These are awesome. We have Amityville: The Evil Escapes. Man, this movie is ridiculous. The scene with the kid and the chainsaw is hilarious to me. Getting the hand stuck in the sink thing. I just really like this film. I actually got to see it in a theater, which is very weird, very strange. I'm one of like a handful of people on the planet that ever saw this in a theater. But yeah, Amityville: Evil Escapes from Vinegar Syndrome. Very awesome. Amityville Dollhouse, also awesome. This movie, people might think that the later Amityville movies are trash, but I like them all better than Part 3. Amityville Dollhouse, there's some like incest angle going on in there. I really like Dollhouse as well. Amityville: The New Generation. This is the only one I think I haven't seen, but I can't really remember 100%. And then Amityville 1992, It's About Time. This one gets really weird in the end. I saw this one in the theater as well. But yeah, the Vinegar Syndrome released an epic box set with all 4 of these films. This is not the box set here, but they sent these to me very recently, and I can't wait to dig into them. It's going to be a blast. But definitely pick up that box.